Okay, so from now on, this is being recorded. You'll be assessed so you can watch yourself later. And if you want, at the very end of the video, you can turn this video public so other students can watch you or not. It's up to you. If you want to make it private, it'll be private. If you want to make it public, you can make it public. At the very end of the video, I'll ask you this question. So you are being recorded. You have a presentation about someone, I believe, was Steve Jobs.
Oh, not Steve Jobs. It will be about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Okay. Okay. Let's make it around 5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell you about my opinion about Elon Musk interview in Dubai. It was a big event and Elon Musk was interviewed by a local guy, and they asked him some questions, very interesting questions and answers.
He asked him a question.
He asked him a question. The first question was, what is your motivation? What you do, what you are doing? As I understand, correct question. Correct? What are you doing?
Correct. Yes.
And he replied some points. First of all, his basic desire to ensure that the future is good. In other words, he said he want to improve the future, to make the future very good. And long-term, the second point, a long-term sustainable transport. He desire and he want to make a long-term sustainable transport. The third point, to make energy generation, some inventions, energy generation, to be a space exploring civilization, and for humanity to be among the stars. He really want that humanity live among the stars, and probably it will be multiplanetary species. And he said very important, he want to make something very important for the long period for survival of humanity, because it's like insurance, and he really want to provide insurance for our humanity, for our world, and to make our future very safe, very. And main motivation for him, motivation for him here, sense of adventure, because all this interesting point, very interesting, and adventure. Adventuring, maybe adventuring. It was about motivation. What is generates Elon Musk? What is his motivation? And the second question was
incentivizes him, like incentive or motivating. Yes.
Incentive. Something inside you, it's incentive. Yes.
Yes.
And the second point was, what is the life for Elon Musk?
What's life?
Life for Elon Musk. He said augmented reality. How will I don't remember the answer, but the next question was, how will life be in 20, 30, 50 years?
How life?
Yes, and he said some very interesting view from Elon Musk. First of all, he really hopes
Yes, continue.
the people will be live in Mars, or maybe more longer, maybe in Jupiter, in the long period future. The second travel, they will travel frequency through the solar system.
Frequently. Frequently.
Frequently. The people will be travel frequently through the solar system nearby star system
Yes.
in 50
People will travel frequently.
frequently nearby star systems in 50 years. Autonomy, artificial intelligence, very important point, and he told about artificial intelligence a lot because it's very important thing today and very actual thing. Uh,
Correct.
Autonomy cars will be normal, like an elevator. If you want to achieve something point, you just sit, push the button, and you will arrive what place you want. And autonomy total in the world will be widespread. Autonomy manufacturers, autonomy car plants, and etc. And but he told about very big threat about AI. It means artificial intelligence because it's very dangerous for humanity. And he said very important to observe, to control this point because it could be unpredictable.
Correct.
After that, the interviewer asked him a question. Once you said you want to die on Mars, why? He said, "It's I don't. If I had a choice, if I would have a choice to die in the Mars or on the Earth, I will probably I would be die on the Mars.
I will die.
I would die on Mars." They talked about tunnels and alternative uh, tunnels above of the surface of the planet on the down. It's like a metro tunnels. It's very good alternative versus regular words. And he told autonomous cars really to change our lives, will change our lives. But the main threat of autonomous cars is threat. It will bring employment and unemployment, and how to disrupt unemployment in the future, because a lot of drivers will lose their job, and it will be great problem for the world.
Yes.
And the interviewer asked him, please give some advices to government, and he said there are 2 or 3 main points. Be very careful with artificial intelligence, and because scientists do not understand fully and do not expect it what they do. They do not
They do not expect, they cannot anticipate what will happen.
They do not anticipate what will happen in the future, and what is the some subsequences of their job.
The
consequences.
Let's go for our final idea, because I need to to proceed to the exam. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to say?
And the second point was think transport in general, and the main point will be electric vehicles. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Some considerations here. Ensure there was one part of your speech that you said provide insurance for the humanity. I'm not quite sure if you really meant that. If you really meant that, it was not quite clear to me why the word insurance was there. Was there? I'm not quite clear. The pronunciation is life. You said live or something like that. Okay, so I will say something briefly. We can work on this next class. But in English, in the colloquial and spoken English, when you are reporting things about someone, like a movie, like an interview, like a book, you can use present tense. For example, uh, not he wanted to say. So you can say Elon Musk wants to say, and this guy interviews all Elon Musk's and asks him how he thinks about the future. So look at this. You can use everything in the present tense when you are reporting things about the past or a movie or a book or an interview. It's kind of okay. You can do this. So maybe that's easier. That's easier for you to use present tenses than past tenses. Maybe it's easier. So next time for your next class, say everything in the present tense. Everything in the present tense. When even though we are talking about the past, you mention using the present tense because you are reporting a story, a fact, a situation, just like a book, just like a movie. It's an interview, which is the same thing.
For
Okay.
example, I saw the movie, and in that movie, the actor plays tennis. Yes.
Yes, exactly. No,
Okay.
in that movie, the actor plays tennis and betrays his wife because he has many children. I don't know, it's a stupid sentence, but everything is in the present tense.
Present.
Okay.
Okay, clear.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have an exam. Open the file. Toefl is speaking TPO 54. I sent you last class, but I'm sending again.
I remember. Let me check. Toefl speaking. Opening. TOEFL test of English as a foreign language.
Yes, we're going to stop question by question to give you a feedback. I will give you the instructions here. You have to speak as fast as much as you can, but you have to speak fast with a decent pronunciation and decent understandability. It should be understandable. So you have to give as much information as possible within 45 seconds. That means the more you speak, the better. Don't stop speaking before 45 seconds is reached. I'm gonna time you here. So the question is, question number one, think of one place where you have never visited, but where you would really like to go. Explain what it is that interests you about this place. I'll give you 15 seconds to be ready, and then I will count the time you have to deliver your speech. 15 seconds, you can start now. You can start speaking now.
Okay, I really want and I really desire to visit United States because I've never been there. It's a great and very interesting country. When I watched a lot of American movie, I saw some interesting culture. I saw very range of I saw a lot of places which I want to visit. For example, it's of course New York, coast of
Time is
ocean.
finished. Thank you. Time is finished. 45 seconds is gone. A lot of movies. You have to say movies because it's generic. Not a lot of movies. Always in the plural form when you're referring to something generic in English. And you avoid using the verb see for movies. Say the word watched. So if you look at the end of this file, you're gonna see your evaluation, the score. Let's take a look at score 4 for the delivery. Let me check how you delivered your response. Generally well-paced flow, full expression. Yeah, you kind of spoke in a slower pace. Let me see. Score 3. Speech in general clear with some fluidity of expression, yes. Though minor difficulties with pronunciation, not really. Intonation or pacing are notable and may require listening effort at times, not really. So your score would be something like 3.5 for the delivery. Let me see.
Out of
4. Out of 4.
Mhm.
Language use. Probably here is your major problem. The response demonstrates effective use of grammar and vocabulary. You had some problems with grammar, around 3 mistakes. For your delivery, you did not finish fully to say what you have to say. You have this problem. So it'd be like a 3. And fairly high degree automatic with good. No, this is something we have to work with you to work with more prompt expressions and chunks so you can speak faster. You have to memorize full sentences, like chunks of expressions, chunks of languages so you can speak faster. I didn't feel that it was kind of automatic. It was not. You were kind of thinking too much to
Yeah,
speak.
the problem. Yes, great.
Okay, language use. For topic development, yes, you could not develop the full topic because you didn't know how to speak fast enough for this. General will develop coherent relationship between, okay. Yes, the relationships were great. Your final score would be like 2.5 or 3 out of 4 for this one. Okay, let's go for question 3. There's question 3. Question 3, there is a reading passage that you have 45 seconds to read, and then there is a listening passage that you have to listen, to have to click on the link. So I will give you 45 seconds to read this passage, starting now.
What passage in this section? This?
Yes, question 3, 3 of 6. Community service requirement. Can you see the passage?
What the page?
There's no page number. That's the problem. That's question 3. Question 1, 2, 3 in sequence.
Ask question 3. Degree of this community service requirement. Yes.
Yes. You have 45 seconds to read this. You can start now.
Okay. Okay. Aloud. Yes.
No, by yourself. Time is up. Move to the next page. Your time is over. Okay, so click on the link and listen to the passage. Next page.
Okay. Push the button. Yes.
Yes.
of State University proposing a new requirement for students. Read the letter about the student's proposal.
So, what do you think of that letter?
Well, it might sound like a good idea, but I really don't think it's going to have any of the benefits that the letter writer says it will.
So you don't agree with it?
Nope. If anything, it's going to hurt our relationship with our town. I mean, forcing students to volunteer, it's going to make them see it as a chore, a nuisance, and so they're not going to put their hearts into it, which is going to make the university look bad.
You're saying that students doing volunteer work in town will be unenthusiastic and...
Right. It'll be obvious they don't want to be there. That's sure not going to make things better in terms of how we're regarded by people in the local community.
But maybe students would learn to like it.
I really doubt it. The whole idea that this is going to encourage students to do more volunteering in the future is just ridiculous. A lot of students are likely to come away from the experience with negative feelings about it.
Yeah, especially if their studies suffer for being forced to spend time away from them.
All the students I know already complain about not having enough time as it is. So this extra work is going to be a bad experience. Hardly inspiration for them to pursue more volunteer work after they graduate.
The man expresses his opinion of the student's proposal in the letter. State the man's opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Go to next page.
Prepare your response.
Okay, so again, next page. The man expresses his opinion of the student's proposal in the letter. State the man's opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. I will give you 30 seconds to prepare your response, starting now.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, you can start.
The man, in general or broadly, not agreed with that proposal because he didn't know the benefit of that, and he said it looks ridiculous, and some people can feel negative. Can find it negative, and probably they will face with a lot of compliance, and finally he think it is a bad experience, and finally he not agreed it.
Okay, you still had 15 seconds to continue response. I always suggest you to go all the way to the end so you can deliver more information. You had a mistake for the man did not agree with. You mentioned something else, and it looks ridiculous. You said something else. So 2 grammar mistakes. Let's check your delivery. For your delivery, you could pack some more information there. You could pack some more information because you still had 15 seconds. The more you use your time, the better for your score because you can deliver more information. So for your delivery, I would put you on a 2 since you could pack some more information. However, the speed this time was better than the first question. For the language use, let me see. Good control of basic complex grammatical, more or less, I would put you on a 3 because you had a fairly automatic, yes, in this case, yes. I would put you on a 3. And the topic development, yes, it was great. Even though you were kind of short on time, you could pack some more information. It was kind of great. Was the listening good, difficult to understand, or easy?
Some words I didn't understand. Some words I didn't understand, but in general, I understood.
Okay, and for the reading passage, could you read in 45 seconds or not?
Yes, I've read I wrote the article fully.
Okay, so you got 2.5 for the first question, 2.5 for the second. Let's go for question 5. Question 5, there's just one link. 5 of 6, there's just one link. There's nothing else, just a link. Because it's just a listening passage. You just have to listen. You don't have to read anything. Okay, so just click on the link and listen.
In this question, you will listen to a conversation. You will then be asked to talk about the information in the conversation and to give your opinion about the ideas presented.
Hi, Jane. I've been meaning to talk to you. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What's wrong, Professor Barry?
Well, it's the poetry reading we've been organizing. Turns out that the new Arts Center isn't going to be ready on time, so we won't be able to hold the reading there.
But it's scheduled for next week, and it was supposed to be the opening event. I mean, we've got a lot of local poets coming, and a lot of student poets, too.
So it looks like we may have to come up with a different plan.
I wonder if we could postpone the reading and then reschedule it once the center is finished.
That's possible, and then the reading would still be the first event there, which would be nice.
Right, it's just that we may not be able to get as many poets if we change the date. Several of them might have other plans.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, instead of postponing it, we could try having the reading at the auditorium in the library. It's quite small, so it might actually be better for a reading. You know, cozier, less formal.
True. Of course, then fewer people can attend because the space is smaller, and I bet a lot of people will want to come.
The student and the professor discuss two possible solutions to the student's problem. Briefly summarize the problem, then state which solution you recommend and why.
Begin to prepare your response.
Okay.
Next page. The student and the professor discuss two possible solutions to the student's problem. Briefly summarize the problem, then state which solution you recommend and why. I'll give you 20 seconds to prepare, starting now. You can start speaking now.
Okay, very briefly, Professor Barry discussed with his student about a reading meeting, and it turned out that they can't arrange the meeting because they don't have, as I understand, the room. And Professor discussed with student two options. First option, to postpone this meeting to the next day, or to arrange the meeting in the library. But it was not very good proposal because library has a very small space. It is not be very it not will be very suit for the students.
Suitable. Okay, time is up. 1 minute is gone. As you can see, it's not that easy oral exam, right? So you had one grammar mistake, and regarding delivery, you could not deliver the whole answer in as short as 1 minute. You had some delays. You didn't have automatic responses. You didn't have the optimal, the most adequate way of delivery. You were kind of mumbling around, so you could not be more direct to the point. Okay, we have to work on this. Before we finish the exam, would you like to make this video public or private, just so you can see?
Public.
Public, okay. So I will stop recording and let's have this discussion now.